Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Going into week 2, Alabama is 1-0 on the season, and as you saw, there's a lot of work to be done, but this team is still in a very good position as you look to this SEC conference-only schedule. As you know what time it is. Hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate you guys being here. Most importantly, like and subscribe for future Alabama Crimson Tide football content from Bama Insider right here on YouTube. Going into this video, we open up looking at the top 5 players graded out on Pro Football Focus from week 1. Mac Jones, 93.4, a great performance, one of the top graded players in college football at the quarterback position. You had Josh Jobe. People were asking, is Jobe going to be that corner? I think he showed a lot in week 1, 83.1. Jaylen Waddle, fantastic showing, 82.3. I think what he brings to the game, it's just another dimension. Naji Harris, 78.1 as he continues his campaign into week 2. And then you have Devontae Smith, 74.5. I mean, Devontae Smith, Jaylen Waddle, Najee Harris, there's the bulk of your offense, right, from week 1. As we look to this team, I think the wide receivers did a great job. I mean, you look at Jaylen Waddle, you look at Devontae Smith, those guys combined for 16 receptions. And we knew that those guys were going to be vital for Alabama's quarterback, Mac Jones. Now, a lot of the other wide receivers are yet to get on the field. We did see John Mechie. He got a couple passes and looked really good in pass coverage. We got a chance to see Carl Tucker. He hasn't caught a pass yet, but we did see him in a lot of blocking situations. Same with Major Tennyson and also Miller Forrestall. I thought those guys did a really good job in blocking situations. Overall, pretty impressed from the tight end group. Here's Dylan Moses. Thought he had a fantastic game. So great to see him back in action for Alabama. What do you guys think of the outside linebacker play? Chris Allen, he only played in 28 plays against Missouri. And the whole talk was about William Anderson. And wow, my goodness, he really showed out. I thought he was clearly the top freshman in the entire group that, really stood out. He was in the backfield every single time. I'm just blown away that he's doing so well. Drew Sanders, he got in some against Missouri as well. Ben Davis also played in, a few plays against Missouri, but clearly, the focus was on William Anderson and really what he brought from that edge rushing position. I don't think we have any clips of him today, but Christian Harris, my goodness. I mean, he had himself a day. I mean, he was flying all over the field. Check this out. Number 30 right here. This is King Makuta. Looks like he's getting close to being healthy. I know he was a little bit hampered. I'm not sure exactly what the injury was, but it's good to see him out there. But as I was saying, Christian Harris really did a great job, plays with a lot of confidence, as Nick Saban said, when Dylan Moses is right next to him making all the calls. Byron Young, there's DJ Dell. Really haven't seen Christian Barmore, and he didn't play against Missouri, so we're kind of still trying to figure out what's going on with Christian Barmore. We'll keep you updated, and when we do get a status update, there's Ismail Sopsher, number 95 right there, and then you have number 52, which is Braylon Ingram, who's in his second year at Alabama. More footage right here of the tight ends. Cameron Lintu was another guy that got plenty of action in week 1. Alex Leatherwood graded out really high, did a great job in pass coverage. Evan Neal, good to see him healthy. I know he went out with a small, looked like a minor injury in week 1 against Missouri, and you know how the offensive line kind of trended downward when Alabama had to kind of shake things up with their second-tier linemen. That would be Kendall Randolph getting in at tackle, and then Chris Owens getting in at that center position. So I want to see progression from this offensive line going into this next week. I think Texas A&M clearly going to be a better opponent, but I mean, give credit to Missouri's defense. I thought they did a fantastic job. Their defense was a lot better than I expected them to be, in my honest opinion. Number 57, that's Javon Cohen. Number 86, again, that is Carl Tucker, tight end. Darian Dalcourt working at the center position right there. I think it's only a matter of time until you start seeing him in the fold. He's very good offensive line. When we look down the pipes, Emil Ekiar got plenty of playing time as well. And then again, working at center right there is Chris Owens for Alabama. He got time after Landon Dickerson went out in the game against Missouri in the later part of the game. There's Deontay Brown. Thought he did a pretty good job in run protection. Not all these guys are perfect, of course, but the offensive line has plenty of room to improve. Devontae Smith right there. That's Trayshawn Holden, number 11. Thal Jones-Bell, number 14. Guys that are yet to get on the field but still working hard in practice, clearly. You got Naji Harris, who did a fantastic job. I thought the campaign started out as good as it could, right? 100 yards. 3 touchdowns. Naji Harris, clearly the guy who could be that bell cow. I mean, if Alabama really needed to just gut it out and run the ball 35, 40 times, Naji Harris could clearly do that. Brian Robinson, what'd you guys think of him? I know he dropped that touchdown pass, but did you like what you saw from Brian Robinson in week 1? Is this guy capable to step up if Najee Harris needs a blow? Is he the second best running back on the team? What'd you think about the overall running back situation? I mean, Brian Robinson, 4 carries, 18 yards. Trey Sanders, 9 rushes for only 1 yard. I mean, when you look at that running back room, I mean, there's so much talent back there, right? But it's a little bit concerning that these guys got off to a slow start. Now, the offensive line, you could point to them. You could point to the running backs. So a lot going forward that I think we're all going to be watching. I think when you look at Naji Harris, what he did was just what we expected him to do. 17 rushes, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns, 18 yards was his longest run. I think he looked very, very strong. I mean, this guy has been in the weight room. Look at that picture right there. I mean, looks completely jacked, and he displayed a lot of power. I thought he had good speed. I thought he hit the holes hard. And look, I know there's a lot of good running backs out in college football, but in my opinion, Naji Harris looked like the best college football running back. All right, what about Bryce Young? Got our first taste of Bryce Young against Missouri, 5 of 8, 54 yards, passing rating of 119.2. My takeaways are this. Look, I thought Bryce Young did what he was expected to do. He got put in later in the game. He had an opportunity to lead Alabama to another score. There was a turnover. Thought Missouri's made a good defensive play. I think that he could have tucked away the ball better. But I think the positives are that he threw the ball in some tight windows. And I think there was that play where he tucked the ball down and showed that fast twitch that we were talking about, got up the field, got outside. Now, he's got it. And I think more sample size we get will be better. But, I mean, I think in the small time that we got to see Bryce Young, I was really impressed. And I can't wait to see more of him. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. And he's going to have another opportunity against Texas A&M. Number 14 right here, that is Brian Branch. He had been working at that star position, and then Malachi Moore stepped up, and he became the starter. So Malachi had a great day against Missouri, in my opinion. Looking at the offensive line, do you see that play where I think it was on the fumble? Bryce Young fumbled, Missouri gets it, and then Landon Dickerson's on the tackle. He picks up that dude and just body slams him to the ground, right? That's at Landon Dickerson, we're kind of accustomed to on game day. Big and nasty. Josh Jobe, he earned one of the players of the week for Alabama. Thought he did a fantastic job stepping up. I think he's going to have a really great season. I think starting off on the right foot clearly gives Alabama's secondary a lot of confidence in him. You also got Alex Otherwood. He had that penalty, as did Evan Neal, but I think those guys did a great job in pass pro. I mean, Mac Jones had plenty of time. I know he took a couple licks, but Missouri's defense, they were coming. Brandon Turner's right here, number 7. Still waiting to see some action from him on the defensive side of the ball. But Alabama, they have their corners, and these guys are certainly going to get their opportunities. Jaylen Waddle had himself a night. When you look at the overall stats, 8 receptions, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that was just an amazing opening season performance. Clearly, one of the great game changers in all of college football this year. I'm telling you. This guy is special. He's had it. We've talked about it. We've all known it, but it's just great to see it. It was actually just great to have college football, right, fam? Daniel Wright, I know a lot of people were critical of him, 11 tackles. Where do you want to see him improve? I mean, a lot of people were just simply talking about tackling. So I want to hear from you in the comment box. Hey, thanks very much for watching our video. Please hit the thumbs up. Most importantly, subscribe so you never miss when we drop another video on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reporting from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com.